Alrighty, hey what's up guys, it's Zach and welcome to another unboxing videos. These things just never get old. And finally I'm getting around to unboxing the whole Sonic the Hedgehog Transformations 3-pack with Super Sonic, Sonic the Werehog, and not really a transformation but a form of Sonic. Sonic in his Sonic Adventure form wearing the high speed shoes, or if you want, the soap shoes, just to keep it basic. This thing has been in my local Target for a while now. The first time I saw it I didn't buy it because I didn't have like the cash to spend at the time. And for some reason, the week when I came back, when I had the money to buy it, it was all out of stock because, you know, scalpers, they be doing what they doing. Anyways, in the front of the box, you got Super Sonic, Werehog, you got Sonic in the soap shoes. Side of the box, not really too much of a dramatic change with these type of 3 box packs or whatever the heck they're called. Because there was the one with the classic pack with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, then there was the one with like the Sonic Heroes pack. I like to call it the Sonic Heroes pack because it kind of referenced that. It was just with Super Sonic, Tails, and the Knuckles, and they just had like a metallic gloss on them to give them like the super aura effect. Side of the box, you just see more character cutouts for, well, the characters in the box. In the back, you got Super Sonic, Sonic the Werehog, Grind Shoes Sonic. That is a interesting name to call him, but we're gonna get into this thing. We're gonna unbox them, and we're gonna look at them individually. I just almost like slurred a bunch of my words together because it's been a while since I've been in front of the. Let's just go. Be safe when using sharp objects. Wow, and the blade came. So, oh crap! That's my lesson of being safe with sharp. Bleh. That's my lesson of being safe with sharp objects. That was embarrassing, but yeah, as I've advised, be safe when using sharp objects. We're gonna go into the unboxing. We're gonna slit the top, unveiling the box. Gotta add a cool sound effect in there, I guess. I don't know. More cardboard. Yep, that's fun to look at. And there we go. Here are the guys. Here they are. Well, they're not really out of the packaging, but just gotta peel this. And there's, okay, just why is there? Get these guys. Oh my god. Okay, let's take this out. There's the back in case you guys want to like make a freaking thumbnail out of it. I don't know. Toss that to the side. Here are these guys. Werehog has twisty ties on him like he's a freaking old school action figure or whatever. So I could easily like peel out Super Sonic. As I was saying, I could easily peel out Super Sonic. Right off the bat, the plastic feels very rubbery. Ew. Yeah. What the? Let me get my original Super Sonic figure from JAKKS. This is like my series Super Sonic, not from the packs. He is modified because he has the different hands, but I don't think you should be able to. Oh, okay, I guess you can. I guess I just haven't touched these figures in a while. You could tell, like, look at how much dust has built up on the Super Sonic plush. I said plush, am I dumb? There's not really much of a difference. If you have, like, the original Super Sonic fig, it's practically the same. Nothing different, really, other than just... No, yeah, there's really no difference. They're both just Sonic. Cool. Do I want to go for Hype Man, or do I want to go for my nostalgia? We'll go with Soap Sonic first. Because when was the last time we've seen this guy wear those shoes, like in terms of merchandise? Sonic! Here's Sonic! And here he is. So here is Sonic with his high-speed shoes, or grind shoes, or soap, whatever you guys want to say. I'll just call them the soap shoes just to keep it simple. He's the default Sonic that you get in, like, depending on the series of Jazzwares, figures, waves, or whatever you want to call them. He's just the vanilla Sonic. He's not so bad. The main attraction are his shoes, because everything else here is like pretty much basic. I mean, like, you got the little cheeky bastard smile and like face looking forward. These babies are the main attraction. These are the soap shoes, which everyone hypes the living crap out of because they're from the best game ever, Sonic Adventure 2, guys. Yeah, Sonic wore these shoes for a promotion because Sega at the time, if I'm getting this story correct, Sega at the time didn't really have enough money for the project and they needed a sponsor, and at the time soap was really popular and kids were like, man, I don't know how to use like Heelys or skateboard. If you kids don't know what Heelys are, then I guess I'm really on status. But yeah, if you didn't want to use Heelys, didn't know how to skate, you had soap shoes. And what soap shoes did were basically that, say this is a rod right here, you just run and you go, you know what I mean? So yeah, the shoes would be made out of a special material in the mid area of like the bottom sole, and basically these would allow you to slide on railings. Detail wise, they look exactly like the shoes from the game. Well, I'm sure the game had a lot more like explicit details not explicit bad, but like just really, really intricate. Like you would see like specific details on the shoes. But these do a good representation of capturing them. I see a lot of people online, like even back in the day, like Wake Angel 2001, making customs for the Soap Sonic designs. They were always all right, but to see them actually being factory made and like molded and stuff, instead of looking like clunky and chunky with like all the paint and stuff, it's breathtaking. It's really nice. Because the last time you really seen this guy with shoes on were, I was gonna say the Joyrides figure, but there was actually a figure recently that came out with this. Not really a figure, but more of a statue kind of stuff, was the Sonic Adventure statue with Shadow and Sonic. And obviously Sonic was wearing the soap shoes, but that wasn't really an action figure. And then the other time we seen him wore these shoes were, hold on, let me get him actually. Twas the Funko Pop Sonic soap shoe Funko thingy, whatever the heck you guys want to call it. I don't care, get mad at me for opening it, y'all. I know it's the vlog version. Just leave the hate comments in the comment section below, and yeah, God's telling me no. Okay, anyways, just to compare really quick, here are the shoes. Yeah, you can see there's a lot more like detail in the JAKKS specific one. Mine's a little scuffed up, but that's all right. It's whatever. The Funko Pop one is more vibrant for sure, and oh, it has like highlights here that the soap shoe typically never really had. Yeah, the JAKKS specific one definitely has more detail. This one's a little lacking in detail, as you guys can see from the paint. And the back is just about the same, except there's more white on this version than there is gray. Pretty neat. My girlfriend's probably gonna kill me because she bought me this as a gift, and she's like one of those hardcore Funko Pop collectors where she does not open it. And she saw my original unboxing for this. She's like, no, don't open it, you ruined it. Guys, do I look like I collect Funko Pops? So for like shoe swaps, since this is just the basic Sonic figure, I guess you could do it with like other characters. For example, Super Sonic, which like, they're all right. I mean, it doesn't really give Sonic Adventure feeling to it, even though Sonic like definitely lost his upgrades when he went Super. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, if you guys really just want Super Sonic wearing the soap shoes, there you go. And then just for funsies, here's movie 2 Sonic wearing the soap shoes. A little loose on this guy, and they look a little disproportionate. They look a little disproportionate because, well, the feet for the Sonic movie figures were way smaller. And yeah, he's just, there you go. This is what people thought he was gonna look like in the third movie, but nope. But when it's all said and done and the dust settles, I think this would have been the better Sonic to go for, like at least the face. I don't know why there's like red marker on his hand. Anyways, I feel like this has the best representation of Adventure Sonic because he's got the grin. His eyes are more like, well, greener as opposed to like this plain basic face. So what I'm gonna do is actually give this guy the soap shoes, because I think he'll actually look way better wearing them. Hopefully I got them right. Oh yeah, plug that sucker in. Yeah, like come on, he's got the smile and everything. He could recreate the SA2 logo. And speaking of Sonic Adventure, now you could have Shadow be like, hey, you're not so bad for a faker. You're kind of cute, actually. Oh, Shadow! I don't know. Comment down below. Do I give him the soap shoes or do I give it back to him? Because look, he's got so much sauce. He's got swagger on him. This guy's just like, what am I doing here? I'm Sonic. And this one's like, yeah, I'm Sonic. Like, there's a difference. Yeah. Ooh. So last and final figure, we have the Werehog. Now, if you guys are subscribers of the channel and are like longtime fans, you guys would know I'm a sucker for the Werehog. Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game. And that's mainly because that's one of the first Sonic modern games that I've ever played. What a time to be alive. Anyways, he's got these little like twist ties on him. I don't know why he's got that, but we could just like, oh no, they're not twist ties, they're just rubber bands, but they're, why would you do this to me? Well, this didn't really go according to plan. Thinking about keeping the box, but honestly, it could just go suck a weenie, and yeah, we're just. Let me just give Sonic his head back. Oh yeah, pop that sucker back on. Yeah, he's like the power of the sun and the palm of my hand. Continuing on. So this is my first ever Werehog action figure, which is a kind of sad thing to say, knowing that I've been on the earth for like 20 years and Jazzwares came along, and well, they were the only company to make the Werehog action figure. But now JAKKS Pacific has stepped up to the plate, and does it hold up? I would say so. As a person who didn't own the original Werehog figures, here he is, open palms. He doesn't come with like fist hands, which I figured would have made sense, because yes, while he does like scratch you or like just like do like these combos in the game, he did throw a punch. He didn't just like primarily just like Wolverine, you know? This figure also has articulation in the arms, which is something that all JAKKS Pacific figures should have. I mean, hell, they did it with the movie 2 figures. I don't know why they're not doing it with their current ones. Look at him. He looks like he's just getting ready to grab a big pair of... I'll let you boys fill in the blank. Anyways, his elbows, they got a swivel to them. They're not just bending down. He also has an outwards shoulder, which could go 360 around, pulls out. Simple stuff, nothing crazy. He doesn't have like butterfly joints or all that stuff. But this does help with like moving that out, I guess. His little like wrist rotate, they don't hinge up and down, unfortunately, which is like alright, I guess. I'm assuming these are also on like, oh, let me not break the toy. I was gonna assume that they were on ball pegs also, but I'm not gonna break my stuff. The head swivels side to side, kinda up and down, but it's just like giggity giggity giggity, you know. No waist articulation, unfortunately, which is something I missed from the Jazzwares days. There's the back spines, and we get to his legs. Now, Jazzwares originally articulated their figure to be like the superposers back in the day, but this guy, he could just kick forward without any problems at all. Kick forward, kick back, instead of having the stupid articulation where it was like side to side, but then the knee bent backwards, so it was like, what the fuck? Getting to the shoe portion of this action figure, which is something that I've been hearing a lot of commotion about, was that he has the shoe articulation of the Sonic Movie 3 figures, which I don't have because I was poor at the time. So basically, he could hinge his ankle down, up, and I guess he has... Oh, my boy got ankle pivot shit! He could be all like, slide in the DMs, slide to the left, slide to the right, and then he could be like, ah! Damn, my boy got... He got... Do you guys know what other figures do this? Like, hold on. I got them right here on... Like you got SH Figure, which is my custom ZacDicoot, but look, you could do that. Like, bro, you know how much like poses you could get out of that? And then you got the, here's my Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, which is also modified because I gave him the 3D printed web shooters. But look at, bam, that's crazy stuff. You could get like, bro, he could do, okay, but this is about Sonic. And yes, I know that some of the other JAKKS Pacific figures could probably do it too. Like here's Super Sonic, and like he doesn't really have it because it's a ball peg, but dude, oh yeah. Anyways, going on to the rest of the shoe. The Werehog shoes were actually my favorite shoes that I've seen Sonic wear, just because, well, spiky things were cool to me, and like, it's probably why I'm emo. Anyways, so here are his bottom cleats. I call them cleats because they're basically what they are. It's like football and soccer. And here is what used to be his buckle and strap, but turned like into like a goth strap, like the little wristbands you see goth people or emo people wear. That's what it is. I always loved this design, mainly because of how like different it was. I know a lot of people hate the Werehog, especially for the levels, but this guy was cool. I don't really have anything to compare with this guy, well, obviously, besides, well, the Sonic figures, which like I guess he like scales in pretty well. In the games, they always said that Sonic looked shorter as the Werehog, but I actually beg to differ. He looked way bigger. But side to side with Sonic, he's like slightly smaller, but that's not a problem. The only thing I could really compare this guy in terms of like branding wise, here is my Jazzwares Werehog plush. Yeah, I know, I got the plushie, but I didn't get the damn action figure. I like plushies more because you can actually play with them and stuff. I mean, yeah, you can do it with action figures, but then they got paint rub, and then you can scratch things and like... Anyways, enough about me ranting. So notice how the Jazzwares plush has like more of a gray color than opposed to the dark blue. This was designed, I'm guessing, before the Werehog actually had like an established design, as opposed to, well, here's our next comparison, the Great Eastern Sonic the Werehog plush. Now, these guys actually got the colors right. In fact, this is probably one of the best versions of Werehog you can find, but I love this guy because he's my childhood plushie and he's really cool. And he was the plushie I played with when I was playing Sonic Unleashed on the side. Yeah, there you go. Werehog. Anyways, everybody, this has been my unboxing of the Sonic 3-pack, Super Sonic, Sonic the Werehog, and Grind Shoe Sonic from JAKKS Pacific. If you guys like this video and want to see more unboxings, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below letting me know what else you guys want to see next on this channel. It's been Zach, and peace out.